What is up, Panda Gang? We are back with tiny Terra Map, playing as Spain with 8 civilizations. We've evidently made this way too hard for ourselves. To the west, we've got Norway, who is supposed to be getting out on the seas ASAP with their buffed up ocean crossing. And if that wasn't enough, we've also got Coupe, who just started on the new Terra continent. So I'm doing a bit of exploring here, and I've actually been able to do a lot of colonization myself, getting 3 cities so far and more settlers on the way. Right now I've got myself 2 trade routes. The goal of this episode is to absolutely explode that number. If I open up the Spanish Empire abilities real quick, look here, trade routes give you a +3 to faith and a 1 production. Between continents, you triple that number up. This is an insane bonus. This is a period in the game when we really got to focus inward on ourselves. We can do some more settling of empty lands, but we can't really go to war. Like, going after Coupe would be nice, but this guy's got about 5 times my size per turn. I don't think that's going to go so well. Other big ideas is a religious victory. I think that's still in the cards for me, despite not being able to secure a religion myself. And you know what? It's something I might have to do, because the way the Spanish works, this is now Confucianism is my religion. The way Spanish works, if you conquer someone else's city, like if I conquer Taupari here, they're going to become Confucius. So if I get aggro and start conquering, I'll also be spreading the religion of the Koreans, okay? So another thing I might need to do is become allies with the Vietnamese, who have already shown aggression towards the Koreans. Let's go see right now. They're unfriendly, but they were at war previously. And perhaps leverage that to conquer Seoul, take Confucianism under my own power, and that's some way I could get myself a religion. Otherwise, there's no religious option here. And inevitably, if I went for something like conquest, the religion of Korea would be the one to gain. Anyways, we don't have to worry about those crazy things just yet. Today, it's more of an eco game. As of now, I've got a couple harbors. I believe here in Bilbao I should have a harbor. Is that right? No, we're still building this one. I've got one down to the south in Toledo. That's the only one giving me a trader. Now, I am building in Cordoba. I've got myself a harbor. I've already got a place down in Bilbao. I've got a place down here in A Coruña. And Valladolid and Salamanca, they're working on those as well. So that's going to be our main trader location. And I've got some more good settles to take. Like one right here would look pretty nice to the east of Salamanca. There's some very high yield tiles to the northwest of where that city might be. Some tutus, some cattle. And then further out to the east, it looks like it will be possible to settle these cliffs of Dover and this smaller island as well. Okay, evidently we're in the medieval era of cultures with the civil service. I'm pretty happy with what I've got in for my policies as of now, but we should look into civics and see where we're going. There's a couple easy ones at the back here if I ever need myself an envoy, or if I need to get military tradition for those flanking bonuses. So if someone goes to war with me, for example. I'm real happy to have those alliances. Like I was saying, forging an alliance with the Vietnamese would be optimal, as they are next door neighbors to the Koreans, which we eventually want to conquer. Now, here's the thing. I just had open borders with them. That's going to increase our relationship. Now, it's still a little bit sour. Can a delegation come? No, it will not. If I could get something like a cultural alliance, then we could capture a city like Strakiu here, and boom, the loyalty is just fine because we got Thang Long next door. The Americans can satisfy this to a lesser extent because there's all this water in the way. I mean, that said, with the Americans, this would be a bit more of a naval victory, whereas if we went the Vietnamese route, it would be a little bit more land-based. Now, speaking of naval victory, we need to get out to mercantilism to form our early fleets. That would be quite a boost, but this is many, many turns away, so nothing to worry about just yet. We'll grab feudalism along the way to get a little bit better builders. As you know, as Spain, whenever we settle down a new city, you get a builder when founded, as long as it's on a different continent, which many of ours happen to be. Now, I was exploring northward, and I found some barbarians last episode. It was very scary. I lost one of my boats in the process, so I'm not going to go up there again. I believe Maori can just have the north side of the island. I'm sure they've already cemented their dominance in most of that, and they've got caravals to fight off, the caravals that exist in terms of the barbarians. Myself, on the other hand, with quadriremes, not as lucky. Babylon, we have met. This is fantastic. Let me go look at the envoy situation. I have none right now, and I won't get any for about 10 turns. I think this could be a perfect opportunity to circle back for mysticism, grab myself that one envoy, and then we can get ourselves a little bit of extra science. Back in the homeland. Oh, Mali. I thought we met everyone. I guess not. Mali, hello. Pleasure to meet you. They're down in the southwest. And we got military engineering into the medieval age in terms of science as well. We found out where the niter is, but hold on, mysticism. Hold on. Let's see where the Mali are. Niani. All right, not too far from where we're hoping to settle down here. I'm hoping that the culture's not too messed up. Ooh, it does look kind of rough. -11, -20. At least on these horses, it's only -6. But this is looking like a better and better spot to settle with the niter. With the horses, we can bring these strategics back to our home empire and our conquistadors. Do I see any other niter elsewhere? There's nothing in my lands. Oh, there's something close. If they're in your lands, you see a little leaf. Did not have any leaves. But I do see one. Oh, that sucks. Oslo stole one niter. There's one niter near Seville. So we'll go ahead and buy that tile right now so we don't forget. And I guess that's it for that resource. Now, we saw mysticism was completed. We're going to go and keep all these cards the same except for charismatic leader. Oh, we've already got diplomatic league in here. That's perfect. Let me slot a envoy into Ashan here. Go back to government. We're going to improve our diplomatic policy with charismatic leader. Lock that in. And I was going to say, let's go military tradition for one turn to swap back our cards, but we actually worked that out pretty well. Let's go back to mercantilism, and again, about 30 turns for mercantilism and maybe about 100 total. It's going to take a while, but we will improve our culture, which with every new city we found, we buy a monument in there right away, and that's 2 more culture for each and every city. And what is this? Oh, another city state. Fantastic. Lahore, they want us to train a pikeman. That seems a little bit more feasible than some of the other things people have been asking for. As for sciences, as for texts, I see the conquistador up here in the Renaissance era. That's attractive, but to perform this war against the Koreans and any other wars, we're going to need cartography for caravels and, importantly, square rigging for frigates. Cartography also comes with the bonus of navigating ocean tiles, so I feel like we'd want to get the navy and then go after the land units. So let's grab apprenticeship and stirrups as, hey, pasture improvement. That's not nothing out of stirrups. And apprenticeship, our mines are better, so we'll get a couple quick bonuses and then go after buttress. I don't have any need for dams. And onto cartography. Okay, we're close. And now the whole world in the Renaissance era. Very glad I did not fall into any kind of terrible dark age. Let's look and see what our dedications can be. There's district building, religion things, trade routes. Okay, I do see myself completing a lot of trade routes. However, I think they're going to be kind of long because we're going from one continent to the other, right? Colonization, that is the name of the game. Oh, what is this? Oh, Pango, I cannot believe the Maori have settled on my city here. This is just awful. This is just awful. But look at this. You could still settle on the horses technically. That's kind of funny. But that niter we were desiring is now gone. So now our settler that was well on its way there, 8 turns away, they'll have to change route a little bit and cruise on to the mainlands. New governor to appoint. Let me grab Pingala. I'm a little interested in getting myself some extra sciences. I feel like Coruña's got some good adjacency bonuses. Toledo, I know, does too, but they're only 6 turns away from it. Coruña, on the other hand, oh, they've already got themselves a campus and perhaps a library. Not yet. We could even buy one out. So let's go ahead and toss Pengala in there. Coruña, beautiful. Ancestral Hall completed in Seville. And dude, I would love to just bang out so many settlers, but it doesn't look like there's that many settled spots anymore. It's too bad. Instead, the city's got to focus on itself. Grab it, a granary. Housing is capped up. We can't have housing penalties, guys. That just ruins your yields. All right, apprenticeship complete. Enine is now doing even better. Now, I don't know if I'll do any industrial zones soon, but also a good thing to put your resources into. It's literally a production bank. It costs you production to make, but it gives you more production in the future. So if you ever don't know what to build, well, industrial zone won't hurt you. Now we've got our settler. New city next to Salamanca. We got Barcelona, 2 builders right off the bat. That is insane. I didn't know if that was going to work. So we got 2 man because look, you got this boost right here, treasure fleet builder when founded, plus we've got Seville with the ancestral hall completed. That is just ridiculous. 6 builder charges in our newly founded city. And the loyalty is not so great, but look, we'll grab ourselves a monument. Ooh, the dudes are not happy because I sold off all their cotton. That's unfortunate. We'll just have to make do with mining out quarries. How's that, fellas? For districts, we're going to go harbor first. Idea here is do something that requires production. We can use gold to buy things out later and buff up the city, like that monument you already saw. So we're getting an embassy from the Koreans. They don't yet know that we're going to double cross them later. And I'm more than happy to maintain the status quo. Seville, we're going to grab ourselves an encampment. Right now, the Norwegians are not actually friendly with us. So let's place this in a forward position. And, you know, you want to have one city with an encampment so that you can build out all your conquistadors, get them a little bit more experience, that sort of thing. Now, Salamanca, they're done their harbor. I've got so much money. I could buy a lighthouse. I could buy out a granary. I think what I'm going to do is just buy that granary so the housing bonus doesn't get crushed. And then we'll use actual production to build a lighthouse because I think a lot of cities are going to be finishing their district soon and just be crying out for gold. Luckily, we've got quite a bit. And just as we were mentioning, Acarania, 4 gold or higher harbor. Let's check it out right now. Zoom in. We got 2 fishes next door. That gives us a 4 gold harbor. Fantastic. Now the Pingala's here. I don't want to mess around and wait on any more science. We're going to buy out the library, and we'll use production for the lighthouse. Housing at 5 out of 7 here. There will be some kind of penalty, but luckily we'll be like right there on the edge. Cordoba also finishing their harbor, and their housing looks actually okay. 6 somehow. That must be the granary talking. We'll grab them a lighthouse as well. This buffs up all the coastal tiles so that you at least have a 2 food, 1 gold tile, which is still pretty trash, but at least you can sustain yourself as a citizen, as a pop, doing that. Now Madrid's built a settler. Bilbao's going to build another one in 3 turns. There's one option still south of Valladolid. They've got a double silver. I think what I got to do though is stake my claim on the south. So let's head down towards this river, decently defensible, and it sections off the rest of these tundra and snow lands. While they are barren, they may hide some resources in future. Now I should escort them a little bit. I've got 1 archer, and I've actually sent some of the units back. So this swordsman's going to head back to the mainland, as I'm realizing there's not much more conquering I can do on the new continent. Camp is done in Toledo. Do we get a mausoleum at Halcanarsis? I feel like that's kind of a classic to grab, and there's so many coast tiles around here that would actually be gorgeous. So let's place that down at least. And let's look at the city a little bit more in depth. We've got 15 production, got a few huge production tiles in the back. There's those mines we were talking about. Got extra production there, a 6 production from this lumber mill. And I think there was some kind of forest fire or something that also helped here. We're working some crabs. We got a reef. Okay, we could use a builder down here, but I think the city is in a pretty good spot to work on something like the mausoleum at Halcanarsis. We can't actually build a new district till 7 pop, so 27 turns is not even too long. And we're all the way back to Madrid. We're done the settler. Let's go building next. We got feudalism coming up soon, where all our builders can get 2 more actions. I see a lot of builders in our futures building mines, farms, all those great things. Most of these lands are pretty much unchanged since the start of the game. Wow, this continent on the east is actually huge. So we got Coupe down in the south for sure. In this unexplored area, they must also exist because I see loyalty problems all over the place. The lands are much larger than I originally anticipated. There's the stirrups. We got knights, we got pastures improving a little bit, and feudalism. So now our builders are going to be even stronger. Now going up against this bar boat, do I think I can win? No, but I think I can get a promotion. So we'll leave it there. Get our guy promoted up. He'll be feeling happy. Barcelona still losing in loyalty, actually quite significantly. I'm going to swap over a couple tiles so that they're in charge of the stone. I've got myself a tack here, so let's go ahead, harvest this out. That's going to help on the harbor so much. That's ridiculous. And then we can go swap the tile back. I believe that's where it was before. Let's leave it like this. Dang, we have quite a market for our newly found iron. We'll sell that off to the Americans and not... Oh, we'll give it to the Vietnamese as well. We want them to be doing some more war, but not the Norwegians. I do not trust those guys. Now, looking at my builder situation, it's been so many turns. I've still not touched the niter. I think I need to do this, man. I'm going to dump serfdom in here instead of the settler production because we're not building that many more. We got 2 turns in Bilbao. I'm going to buy myself 1 here in Seville. That's 5 charges. They can get this niter fixed up. Madrid's going to be constructing one for themselves in 4 turns. I'll buy one in Cordoba, and I think that's good enough for now. As for that loyalty situation I was talking about a second ago, Barcelona, you're going to get yourself a reina. That'll help you expand your borders and, you know, not flip over to the enemy hands. That would be good. Quadrireme taking some shots, but now they can run away. Promote up. We'll go with bombardment. I want these guys acting as artillery when we go into wars. And in Salamanca, things are looking pretty good, dude. Like the tiles, okay, that is being worked. Every single tile being worked looks pretty nice. We got like a 3 food, 2 production up here. Even this this T right here is probably the worst tile, but it's still pretty nice. Then back in Seville, niter next turn. Looking forward to that. And Cordoba, let's go for the easy win. So the fish, for sure we want. I may want a commercial hub next door, and I can't get rid of the horses, so that's why we do the fish first. I can think a little bit longer about just cutting down these woods or perhaps putting a lumber mill on them. Oh, I forgot about this, dude. We can purchase luxury resources. This is going to help with my dudes being happy so much. We'll take a look over at Barcelona next turn and just see what kind of impact that made. What is this? Looks like the Mali are happy with me. I like that. Coupe. We stopped our declared friendship. Oh, they were good. They're happy to be my friend. Thank goodness. Sejong with the Koreans. I'm going to have to not renew that, my friend. Just going to take a bit too long to declare war on you otherwise. Anyways, so they're getting down towards the south. We're just about there. I've got my archer here doing some exploring. Looks like no barbs. Funny enough, we had plenty of barbs before, but they seem to have left. My other settler, do we go for the silk? Maybe not. Let's go over for that silver south of Valladolid. I love these new colony settles because the trade route potential is huge. The free builder is free. So in Cordoba, fix up those fish. I think I'm going to get a lumber mill on this woods tile. Just so strong. Getting something like 5 production down. But I'm so glad I got these fish improved because the growth has been struggling here. We got 4. The housing isn't a problem, but look, 14 turns till growth still. So a 3 food tile is much appreciated. Speaking of improvements, we're getting the niter finally. That's a huge tile for 1, and for 2, that strategic resource niter is going to be huge as well. We got our best units using that gunpowder. So Marcanalism, the privateer doesn't use it, but this is where we'll get fleets, and that's going to be not privateers. That's going to be frigates for a lot of those. And just down here, gunpowder. You need for the conquistador. You need niter as well, my man. So we got to stockpile this stuff up big time because you always think you have way too many of these strategic resources, and then there's none. Bilbao, you're going to get yourself a harbor. We need more trade routes all the time, buddy. Now we look back to the north. For some reason, I keep seeing these Koreans taking damage. Like, you got war with somebody? Yeah, back with the Vietnamese. Let's go. So Vietnamese, maybe they're the distraction. The Americans, though, can we get ourselves a cultural alliance? Okay, let's at least try this out one time. They'll give us some gold. This is going to mean no loyalty pressure in these areas. So if we capture Sanggu or Yangsan, they just belong to me. In preparation for that, I'm going to send my quadrireme from the east to the west over to Cordoba. I've got plenty of other units that need to do the same to Barcelona. You head over as well. Oh my gosh, so many turns. I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll try. We'll send them up north. For some reason, they think they can get through on the south. I don't believe that's the case. Civ's pathing is just getting me, as it usually does. In Toledo, I think I got enough money for a build or 2. Let's buy you out. Dude, I see 2 crabs to get. I also see another woods where we could get, yeah, right here, we're going to get another lumber mill. In Salamanca, we've almost got that cattle improved. Remember, we got pasture improvement just a couple turns ago with stirrups, so that'll be even better than before. And, of course, a mine here in Salamanca. A 2-3 production tile now. That is really strong. City's going to pick that up right away. Meanwhile, in Seville, I could do a sweet farm triangle and get absolutely massive growth, but the housing's a little bit capped up here, and these tiles are already disgusting. I'm thinking instead send this builder north, maybe get myself more production with a lumber mill, something like that. But we're almost done securing our southern borders against the Norwegians, and Seville just 4 turns away from that encampment. That's fantastic, as Harold Hardrada of the Norwegians is still a bit upset with me. They seem to be warming up a little bit here, but I think we're still a net negative in their eyes. Speaking of lumber mills, Toledo. Oh, wrong button, Toledo. Thank you very much. Just took it down from 18 to 15 on the Mausoleum of Helican Narcissus. My favorite wonder indeed. Just always such a great time. And there goes our southern city, Murcia. And we got a builder. Forgot about this. Now that we got the Ancestral Hall, although I swear that's not how the game works. But you know what? I will take it anyways. Now the city does suck. I'm thinking farm triangle right here. That could help with the growth. What we can do though with every city, get it a monument. Let's even give this guy a water mill because they are going to have an improved wheat. And I love that monument because then we get culture per turn. Otherwise, we don't get any culture per turn. I'm just a Theater Square hater for some reason. Can't tell you why, guys. It's just how it is. As for our first district here, Commercial Hub is the way it's going to have to be, buddy. I'm thinking we get Commercial Hub right here in the middle of my screen. Campus next door. Ooh, campus right here, a +2. That might be too good to pass up. Okay, I'll tack this now. We will put a campus on the top, but I do want to get a Commercial Hub. Let's slap that down as well. And who knows, maybe an industrial zone goes in between. We get some sort of ring around Murcia. We will see. 42 turns on the Commercial Hub, though. It's going to be a minute, fellas. Oh, what is this? We got the tie telling me about how my bank is looking good. Oh, and check this out. I got bank, buddy. Can I send you a delegation? Yes, wonderful. They take it. Let's look at the relationship, and we are looking good, man. Friendship is on the way. Oh, we are friends. Let's go alliance. I would maybe go military. Look at this, 5 more combat strength at someone we're both at war with. That would be the Koreans, right? The thing is, I'm not quite ready for war yet, so I'm going to hold off. Hopefully that just exists a little bit longer. Man, we're making good gold per turn, man. We're sort of out of our stockpiles like we used to have it, but we'll get that back soon enough. Pasture looking huge. 4 food, 1 production. And a couple districts finishing down here. Salamanca and Valladolid. Lighthouse complete here. And with that gorgeous new pasture, I can feel a little bit better about taking out this 6 yield tile for the +3 adjacency bonus on the campus. Yeah, valued the lead. Same sort of stuff. We would love to get a campus, but instead we got to work on the city itself. Let me go with the lighthouse. Growth is a little bit slow here. These 2 tiles are working high in production, but 2 food is still a decent benchmark for how much at least you want to be getting per tile. Over in Toledo, see another gorgeous farm triangle brewing. There's 1 wheat. Murcia, we're going to buy out a wheat as well. No! 105 gold, we're too poor. Dang it. At least in Cordoba, we can get that lumber mill. No troubles there. And city's going to get just an extra free 2 production. Thank you, builder. Madrid's built a builder all on their own. Did it the hard way. Good for them. Now, I can see these guys going for an industrial zone, but I think Shrine. Ooh, look at this. +2 culture. You know what? I've totally neglected Protestantism just because it wasn't mine. Let's take a look at who is spreading that Protestantism. Hold up. This is not my color. Confucianism. All right, we've got this open now. Shrines and temples, they're going to give you culture equal to their faith. And not just that, dude. Crusade. Military units get +10 combat strength when you fight within the borders of foreign cities that follow this religion. So if we go on the attack, oh my gosh, dude. These Koreans are going to get destroyed by our bonuses. The thing is, we just need to make that happen. So let's get the shrine, get myself that little bit of extra culture. But we got to get on our military grind ASAP. A place like Cordoba with the lighthouse here. Dude, 14 production per turn. The city needs to improve that production ASAP. The issue is our whole Navy production is on the east, and to get them to Korea, they'd have to go all the way around the top, which, you know what, isn't the worst, but we want Cordoba to at least be respectable. Time to finally get ourselves some food here in Murcia. Look, 3 food, more production. We're going to make that 4 food and a production. Seville, we're going to get more production here too, although the 1 on the encampment will only ever be a 1. Encampment now in place. Military training has been boosted. Let's take a look back. Oh, that's military tradition. I was going to laugh. Like, that's not going to do me any culture. But military training, not bad. Oh, 30% production towards encampments, harbor districts. You know what? I should have gone for that a little bit earlier with all my harbor building. It's a little bit late now, though. All good. With that encampment complete, I'm going barracks. And then we're going to jump right into conquistadors as quick as possible. We might need to do some man-at-arms first, though, which is just fine with me. And what is this, dude? We've had trade routes for a while and just not built the traders. That is a major mistake. Coronia, they've got a lighthouse. Somewhere else, Salamanca, I think, finished one. We need to get traders ASAP. So let me actually queue these up. We'll double click, get 2 of those bad boys. That will be a huge boon to our economy. And what is this? Amhari settler? Buddy, you went to the wrong place. All right, my dude is here now. Which tile do we settle on? I think I want fish more than I want crabs. But, you know, if we go right in the middle, we can grab both these crabs. I think that's the perfect spot. Let me get some more lumber mills. I love these improvements. Harbor complete in Barcelona. Ooh, their housing is going to be a problem in 4 turns. Lighthouse takes 15. Let's queue stuff up. Granary, lighthouse. I wish I could just buy things, but I'm actually buying things over here in Murcia for, of course, the gorgeous farm triangle. Like, that's definitely a good reason to do this sort of stuff. 5 food on the wheat. That is fantastic. City not producing too hard, but it's going to be growing nice and fast as my boats head over to the west side because they're not needed in the East Seas anymore. We are finished with that. I do see an Arabian apostle coming near Murcia here, okay? I do have the ability to build apostles myself. Not apostles, sorry. Maybe apostles. Let me see anyways. We can get a watch. Hold on. We can't get religious units. Right, we need the shrine for that and then perhaps a temple to get something like an apostle or like a inquisitor, which is one of our unique units. Not unique units, but it's extra improved as the Spanish. Their inquisitions are extra good. Anyways, down goes our city. Is this Cartagena? Cartagena, nice to meet you, man. We're getting crazy amounts of builders all the time. That's what I like to see. The growth, not the greatest, but you know what? Let's throw down the harbor real quick. A +3 adjacency bonus. We purchase an item with gold, a monument to improve that culture generation. More improvements, lumber mills. Again, baby, that's a +2. Look at these yields, a lot nicer over here. And in the capital, we'll get ourselves a mine. Lighthouse complete in Cordoba. Yet another trader can be built. That's not what we're after, though, man. We're after quadriremes and a lot of those. Okay, this is our productive powerhouse. 14 production per turn. Might not sound like a powerhouse, but it's pretty good. Especially if I can manipulate some cards real quick for these ancient era boats. We can see quite a bit of sweet production. Guilds is here. Okay, none of these are what I need. That's okay, though. I do see 1 turn until the caravel's here. Let's switch over real quick to gunpowder. go after that conquistador. And then here in Cordoba, let's just get as many galleys as we can. Let's go Q. And let's get rid of the quadrilateral. Say galley, maybe 4. That sounds about right to me. And for governments, we can switch some things out. The builders, those can go on hold. The maritime industries, double production towards those galleys. That is what is new, man. 2 turns. We're going to get tons of galleys, and then we can improve those bad boys later into caravels with gold. We're rich in gold. We're not that rich in terms of production in individual places. Gonna get some more friendships here. Arabia is down. Looks like the Mali are still on the fence. That's fine. Back in Cartagena. Okay, we're already making money. We got silver. We're gonna sell. Oh, we got so many luxuries, dude. We're about to be so rich. I don't need any of these. Amber, I feel like that's still worthless, so let's start selling stuff off. 10 gold per, at least something around there is worth it to me. The cotton, though, seems like people have lots of cotton, only 3, but I have to take it, it's an extra. Along with this production and gold of the silver, although it is gorgeous, I think the city instead should get a little bit of growth. We're gonna grab it, the fish, and say, hey dude, could you focus on growing just a little bit? You know what, that's wrong, that's wrong. This is just not nearly as many yields. Like 3 food is about equivalent to 3 production, and then from there you can do the rest of the substitution. So we're getting an extra food and 2 gold by working that silver. Really all the city needs is to get that harbor, and then all these coastal tiles would be a whole lot nicer for him. Anyways, governor promotion. Pingala, you're getting connoisseur to help with our culture issues. Where is Pingala, by the way? Zoom out. Oh, and Icaronia, this city is popping off, dude. 7 population, that's 7 more culture, thank you. Paris complete in Seville. Do we go all the way for armory? I mean, I feel like it's kind of overkill, but we're going to be getting conquistadors in 10 turns. A man at arms. Oh, that only takes 4? Wow. I guess the city is pretty strong with that 24 production. Another thing is we're only getting 2 niter per turn. And I'm thinking we could do some kind of finessing with military training. Not quite, but with mercenaries. So you get 50% gold discounts and 50% resource discounts. So I think we go and we get 2 men at arms, switch into an armory real quick, and then after that, we'll go and get those conquistadors. Acaronia getting better and better too. Both these fishes improved. We got a trader coming out in 1 turn. That's going to be huge. Mines, lumber mills. What's this? More mines. Oh, it's gorgeous out here. 2 turns on the musketmen. Are you serious? Oh, dang it, bro. The barbarians in the seas, they're after me. Good thing we got a Korean caravel here to protect my navy. Thank you so much. So saying, man, it's dangerous out here just having galleys. And what is this? Another trader. Finally, we've waited the entire game for this gorgeous thing. Let's make ourselves a route right now. If we go to a place like Seville, that's pretty much like working 2 tiles. So 2 more pop. Let's run it up. Let's begin that route. And Caronia making another trader in 3 turns. Things are looking up. This episode, our empire did a lot of maturing. We got Barcelona, Cartagena, and Mauricia. I feel like this solidifies the borders that we're happy with. For some reason, there's a Maori settler here. That is questionable. But I think we're happy with our borders. Our cities went from newly founded to some powerhouses like Acaronia. And we even got the option to work on some inter-empire things too in Seville, pumping out military units, in Cordoba, pumping out those navy units. I'm looking forward to the action to come.
Thanks for watching, Panda Gang. When I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to actually pay for Windows, so make sure to subscribe. Peace.